Lillian, good to see you again. Welcome back to Popternative.
Hi. So happy to be back. I love
Yeah,
this. Yeah.
absolutely. Horsegirls has its, world premiere at the Tribeca Film Festival. Congratulations. Take me through finding out that the film is going to be premiering at Tribeca this year.
I mean, incredible, so shocking and amazing. I had hope for this film, but to go to Tribeca, what did they say? 5,000 films were submitted in our category, and 12 were selected, and we happen to be one of them. That blows my mind, and that they chose a story like this is so amazing, and it gives me hope for the world and the acceptance of autism.
Absolutely. Yeah, I want to talk about that a little bit. I want to talk about kind of you know, that's something I know that is very important to you. We talked about this on the previous projects as well. Is there anything specifically with this character you got to play that you really kind of enjoyed and maybe you weren't able to explore compared to other characters you played before?
Oh, absolutely. She is so different from any of the other characters I played, and her autism experience is so different from mine. But the autism is autism. There's similarities and connections I can make to my own life. But I've always played teenagers, so it was cool to get to play this adult who's exploring what adulthood means and independence and that storyline, which is so misunderstood with autism. We are infantilized constantly,
Yeah.
and to get to tell a story where she has childish interests and comes across a little childish, but she is an adult and should be treated like any other adult, even though she needs support and likes things that most children would deem.
Absolutely. I want to know what it's like to you for you reading scripts for films or TV series before actually going and filming it, because that scripted screen journey really interests me because so much happens in between. But with Horse Girls, what was that like when you read the script? And then what was the experience like when you officially went to go film the movie?
So for me, when I get scripts, especially ones about autism, a lot of the times the representation and accuracy, sometimes I'm like, oh, this is like, I'm so glad there is this character and this story being told, but they didn't get it quite right, and it always makes me nervous to go into those sort of projects going, okay, here's my feelings, and I really want to change these things. And so far, when I have said things that like, people listen completely, but this was a project where on that paper, I was like, this is incredible, and I want this so bad. I connected so hard to it. There were definitely changes between the script and what we shot, but having the experience of being the first one cast and then slowly seeing all the pieces together as they cast each person and getting to meet them and like fit those puzzle pieces together and creatively go on this journey. They brought me in to be able to talk to a lot of the people, like the set designers and costumes, and we like really worked on creating this movie and like putting in all those pieces that people don't normally think about with autism. Because I live it and it's an experience I go through. There are things that I can put in that wouldn't aren't necessarily just like screaming in the script. And I was so happy when I talked to the team and I was like, I would really love to have an autistic producer on here and to have support that someone else autistic on set to be able to catch things that I don't catch and to help get my needs met. And they were fully on board, and I got Chloe Estelle on set every day helping make sure all my needs were met and advocating for me, as well as like double checking some of the shots. And Alex Plank was brought on as a producer. I love Alex Plank. If you don't know him, he's worked on movies like Ezra. And yeah, he's autistic and just incredible. And to have to work on a project with him blew my
Yeah.
mind.
No, absolutely. It's great to hear a lot of the behind the scenes. And I have two more questions before we wrap. The next question I would say is when you wrap a project, depending on the scale of how long the shoot was, the character, I feel like it's going to be a different kind of feeling sometimes. Sometimes you're going to feel like, wow, I need a break. That was a lot. Maybe you're going to be like, okay, what's the next project? What was your feeling when you wrapped Horsegirls? Was it like, okay, I'm ready for the next project? Did you need a break? Like, I'm curious about that.
I mean, this one was such an emotional roller coaster. I think like we reached the point of like we were exhausted and ready to have a break, but it was also this feeling of uneasiness of like we're very hopeful and we're all put our hearts into it, and now we have to put it in someone else's hands, and that's like a really scary thing to do, which you do as an actor. Now the editing team takes it and you don't know what they're going to do with it. But yeah, like with all the dancing and stunts and constant like galloping I did on this, like my body was exhausted. The emotional roller coaster you go through, like I was for sure. I was like, yay, we did it, and it was amazing. And we ended on the big dance sequence, so it was like this really good, fulfilling moment of like we did it. Yeah, but there was also this sadness there of like this is Sandy's story as well,
Yep.
and Sandy, the real person that Sandy is based on, happened to pass away while we were filming, and there was this moment of grief of like she's never gonna get to see the final product,
Yes, absolutely.
and so there was that feeling lingering there.
No, absolutely. Take me through, given what you just said, the emotions and everything, take me through that premiere, like seeing the film on the big screen at Tribeca. Like, take me through that from a storytelling perspective.
I mean, it was incredible. I'm always worried with these autistic characters and how much I put myself into it and my experience of autism. And I worry, I'm like, did I get it wrong? Is this a just me thing? Are we gonna have a bad reaction to this? And I'm always so relieved when people are like, oh, I loved it. Yeah, I never saw myself. This is so cool to see someone like me. Like it just makes me feel so good, and to like hear the laughs and the emotional reactions to this. It was so cool to see it happen live because I've never had that experience of having an audience with me. I've always like, oh, it's airing on TV and I'm checking social media, but like in person to actually see it,
Yes,
was the coolest thing.
absolutely. And I'm so happy for you and the cast and the crew. Congratulations. Horsegirls made its premiere at Tribeca Film Festival. Lillian, so great chatting with you. Thank you so much. Congratulations.
Thank you for having me. Yeah, it's amazing.
Absolutely. This has been PopTurn, youtube.com/PopTurn for previous episodes. Until next time, it's just Lillian Carrier and PD Beats signing off.
Thank you for tuning in to Popturnative. Make sure to check out our past episodes of Popturnative on YouTube.
This has been an Autograph Communications production.